Welcome to Say Something. I'm Keith Coast. Today, I want to say something about excuses because I feel like I'm really good at making excuses. I don't know why that is, but I'm pretty darn good at it. So when do we use an excuse? Well, an excuse is usually used whenever when there's something that we don't want to do, but we have to do it, right? Like exercise or going to work, or like we have some sort of function that we have to go to because somebody invited us, but we don't really want to go. And so we make up some excuse like, oh, well, I'm tired, or I'm sick, or things just aren't going. Whatever excuse, we all use them. And I just wanted you to know that, like, right now, I wanted to talk about this because I was like, what should I say something about? Let's talk about excuses, because I was trying to make every excuse in the world to not shoot this video right now, all right? Number one, my hair, all right? I just kind of like got out of bed not too long ago. This is some really awesome hair, right? I haven't really combed my beard out. I haven't had coffee yet. I mean, look at this in my eyes, guys. Look at this. I'm not awake yet. I'm not awake yet. And also, too, my background is not ideal. The lighting's not fantastic. I was making every excuse in the world not to shoot this video today, but I have to shoot this video today because it's important to me to get out a video today. And then I was like, well, what am I gonna say something about? And I had this whole list of things that I can talk about. I literally had like 10 or 12, maybe 13 ideas of things that I could have talked about today, and I made an excuse for each one. Why is that? Why don't I want to do what I'm supposed to do? Excuses. And I'm reminded of my dad. I love my dad. My dad is a very good guy, and he's a very wise man. And my dad always told me, he said, an excuse only has to be good enough for the person using it. This is the slippery slope of excuses. You start making an excuse, and then you start giving yourself another excuse. Think about it. An excuse only has to be good enough for the person using it. We're the ones that we're trying to like justify. You try to justify it to yourself, like saying, oh, you know, so-and-so, like they're gonna think less of me because I don't want to do this, or because I don't want to do that, or I don't want to hurt their feelings, or I keep telling them no. But man, life is too short to like just keep doing stuff that you don't want to do. If you don't want to do it, just figure out a nice way to say it. I know somebody right now that, like, they kept asking me to go to this one thing, and I was just like, man, I kept making excuses, right? Like, we'll see. And it finally got to the point where, guys, I just had to say, you know what? That's just not my type of thing, man. I'm happy that you're happy and that you love doing that kind of stuff, but I'm just not into that. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you have a Star Trek friend that, you know, is not into Star Wars. Maybe you have a Star Wars friend that's not into Star Trek, right? Maybe you have a friend that plays PUBG instead of Fortnite. I don't know. You know, I really think it's important to say something about excuses right now, because I feel like we're always making excuses. And if you go back to that whole thing, you know, an excuse only has to be good enough for the person using it. You know, you're the person using the excuse. I think most times people don't even care. Like, they're like, oh, you can't come? Okay, well, I mean, you know, I'm sad or whatever. But like, I know people that like work hard on this like elaborate story of like, okay, let's say this. Like, the reason I can't go is because of this, and it's because of this. And they have this whole elaborate story. Nobody cares. All right? So quit making excuses. And when I say quit making excuses, and I look into this camera and I point at you, you know who I'm really pointing at? Me. Because, guys, making excuses is so easy, right? It's so easy. And to be honest with you, I'm trying to do more right now. Like, there's a couple projects that I'm trying to do and I'm trying to get done. And I'm excited about them. But man, there are just some days that I just don't want to do it, you know? And look, there's a difference between like taking a break. There's a difference between like taking a break and resting and that sort of thing. But like the problem with excuses is that like you start making an excuse here and then it just like, and you're like, oh, well, you know, I don't have to do that again. And, you know, and then before you know it, whatever you're doing, like you're not even doing it anymore because you keep making excuses. So I just think today I wanted to say something about excuses. There's no real excuse for excuses. And now that I think about it, I don't even know if rambling on about excuses right now is even good. But I think I'm thinking a lot more at the moment about making excuses and about not making excuses in my life. I'm wondering if I'm the only one struggling with this. So here's what I want to know. I want to know, do you struggle with excuses? Do you make excuses in your life? And what is it that you're making excuses for? Guys, listen, like right now, I'm on, like, for reals. Right now, I've been trying to, I know that when I eat better, when I eat clean, and when I say eat clean, I mean like no junk food and, you know, all this stuff. But when I eat good, I feel good, right? And I know like there's this one particular, this diet called the Whole30. It's basically where you just kind of cut everything out. But like primal and all that stuff, details. But when I eat clean, I feel better. And when I feel better, I perform better. And man, I'm like on fire. But man, it is so stinking hard for me to like actually get on to this diet. I have made every excuse, like, oh, well, I'll do it tomorrow, or so-and-so's inviting us over to dinner tonight, and I won't, you know, like, okay, so I'll eat this tonight, and then, you know, tomorrow. And tomorrow never comes. I mean, it always does as soon as I wake up. However, when it comes to my diet, I am the king of making excuses. Right now, I'm coming off of my summer camp tour. I have been laying low for the last 3 weeks. Guys, there's a reason you haven't seen me on social media or here on YouTube. I've been resting. And right now, I'm trying to get back in the swing of things, and I'm trying to get stuff done. And the thing is that I am making excuses. I'm making excuses. I'm the king of excuses. I mean, I guess I'm really good at storytelling, which some people would say that's also called lying. It's a fine line. No, I love to tell stories, right? And if you know me, you know I love to tell stories. But that's the thing about excuses, is it's really making up a story. You're making up a story. I mean, I can make up every excuse in the world right now. I mean, I'm looking at me in the camera here, and my hair still looks atrocious, and the lighting is horrible, and the background is ridiculous, and I am like, personally, I'm irritated about everything in this video, including, actually, especially my face, and probably even my voice. Actually, no. I've discovered that early in the morning, my voice sounds pretty awesome. It's got this low, like, reverb. It's pretty amazing that it's not around at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, but it's about the only good thing about this video right now. You know, when it comes to excuses, I'm the king of it, and I can justify it. I can make it. But excuses don't get stuff done. Excuses don't get results. Excuses just postpone and procrastinating. It just like gives you a reason to keep not doing whatever you're supposed to be doing. And right now, it's really important, especially to me here on my YouTube channel, that I'm putting out consistent content. I'm attempting something here on YouTube. I'm trying to bump up what I know what I'm supposed to be doing here on YouTube. I'm just not doing it, and I'm making excuses. Why not talk about excuses? I thought about like introducing this whole like say something thing, like what's gonna be about blah blah blah. Let's talk about excuses, because that's what keeps us from getting stuff done. So guys, I gotta get off here. I've said enough, and I hope you'll say something back. Reply in the comments. What do you think about excuses? What do you think you should not be doing anymore? What's your favorite excuse? Comment below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.